Sean Pickett here with Sales Integrity. Thank you for stopping by the Sales Integrity Podcast. Today we continue our discussion on the topic of prospecting on purpose. So without further ado, let's get today's episode rocking and rolling. All right, we continue on with our Prospecting on Purpose series. We have a niche focus of creating content as a sales professional. And I'm going to start off right at the top with a little bit of research, as I've been doing. And this one is conducted by Incivia Reports. And what they found is this: viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video compared to 10% when reading it in text. Let me repeat that. Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video compared to 10% when reading it in text. So we're going to make use of that research here today as it relates to sending messages within LinkedIn. I'm a big proponent of using LinkedIn as part of your social selling component of your role, and specifically using Sales Navigator. But I'm going to really focus on reaching out to new prospects using InMails or messages, and really leveraging video within that process. And it's not as easy as it seems on the surface. And let me explain that here just a little bit. So on LinkedIn, we all know they've been making a lot of changes. So they have the core platform and then their Sales Navigator. They've removed a lot of features from the core platform, put them into Sales Navigator, really kind of driving people over to Sales Navigator to use that as the social selling tool. So I'm going to first start off with the messages, the posts that you're going to put out on LinkedIn. So I think we're all familiar with just kind of posting an update on LinkedIn. And if you embed a video link in there, so a link that goes to a video, it'll show a preview of that, and it provides you the ability just to insert a video in where it previews it, and people can actually play it right from the update feed without having to go click it and go somewhere else. What a wonderful feature that is. It'd be great if they allowed that within a message, within their InMail messaging system, but they don't. So the only way you can do it is by creating a video, and you're going to have a link, obviously, to the video, and then if you insert the link in an InMail message. And if you're sending, the problem with this, if you're sending it to someone you don't know, like a prospect, and the first thing you send is, hey, I created a video for you, and then there's a long link there, or even a bit.ly or a short link, most people are apprehensive to click a link in an email or an InMail message from an unknown source, right? And they don't want to take the time to go research you to see if you're a real person or a spammer or a bot. So for fear of, clicking a link and getting, downloading a worm or a bug or a virus or whatever, they're just not going to do it. They're going to avoid it. So just keep that in mind, that the likelihood of your video links being clicked and videos being viewed is very, very low in that scenario. Here's a little bit of a workaround for you that you could still use this. The good news about InMail and sending messages in LinkedIn is they do allow you to attach attachments now, attach documents now. You can attach documents, you can attach images, so like PDFs or PNG images or JPEGs. So what you could do, in some of the previous episodes, we talked about creating an infographic. We talked about creating a simple one-page visual brochure, something along those lines. You want to make the content you're sharing very visual, and if you're doing that in your content, you can embed a link to a video. Right, so you could have a screenshot of you in a video, and you can link that screenshot, that image shot, to a link that goes to a video, right? So just keep that in mind. That's a little bit of a tip for you. That's a workaround, kind of a sales hack, as they'll call it, I guess. And so you can create a simple one-pager. It could be akin to an infographic or just a visual brochure, but maybe it's a case study, something that's going to add value. So you're not just sending marketing brochures, don't do that, through InMail, especially with touch point number one, where you're trying to get attention of a target market prospect contact. What you want to do is add value. I'm sharing with you a case study of how, we specialize in helping, your peers in the industry achieve XYZ, whatever something XYZ is based on your research. I'm sharing a simple case study with you to help you understand how we, help one of your peers and see if that's applicable to you. Maybe you can run with some of the ideas that are in the case study, right? And then in the case study, you're going to want to embed a link or 2 or 3 to videos where then the virtual you, through a audio video format, can do a little bit more influencing, persuading, convincing. Again, by sharing knowledge, by adding value, by sharing knowledge. It needs to be information that's valuable to them in their role, in their industry, at their company, that they can run with and never reach out to you. That's kind of the criteria, the minimum baseline criteria for creating content, that they should be able to run with it on their own. They're going to see it as valuable then. But more times than not, if that really is an issue, a challenge issue or goal for them in their role, in their industry, at their company, and they see a case study of how you've helped others overcome that challenge, address that issue, or achieve that goal, and furthermore, they get to start connecting with the virtual you through video, because you're going to explain it a little bit further in the video, that allows you to have a simple one-page document that you can share as what I refer to as a tangible value asset. And then there's more to the story, because they can click, and then the virtual you is able to influence, persuade, and convince just by being you and demonstrating your knowledge and expertise and providing them a little bit more behind the story. So that's just a little sales hack, little cheat for you there to get more information, pack a big punch with a one-pager. And it's a way to get a video in there. And now in the InMail message, and I'll end with this, keep it brief. You're only going to have 300 characters or less, so just keep that in mind. And you need to keep it real brief and demonstrate that we specialize in working with executives in your industry. We help overcome this challenge or achieve this goal. I provided a simple one-page infographic, case study, whatever it is. And there's also a link to a video describing more of that story. You do want to point out that there's a video embedded in there, because they're going to be actually more curious to click that link. And they're going to see it. It's a PDF. It's a document. There's a preview mode that LinkedIn shows that document, so they see that's real, and they're more apt to click that because it's familiar. It says PDF, or it shows a Word doc icon, or it'll show it as an image, as a ping or a JPEG. So they'll see the preview of that image in an InMail message, and they're going to be more apt to click that than just a straight bare link. Whether it's a bit.ly or a customized link or not, they're just going to be very hesitant to click a link, but they will click and download a document, especially if they know that there's a link to a video within, access to a video within that document. That'll just pique their curiosity a little bit more. So that's my tip for today. It was based on that research from Incivia reports. Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in video, compared to 10% when reading it in text. What you can do about that in your prospecting efforts, reaching out to target market prospects through LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you can create a one-page infographic, case study, free report, something that's visual in nature that adds value to them and their role at their company and their industry, and then highlight the fact that you do specialize in helping people like them, executives like them, and that you did embed a video in there for them to get a little bit more information about that. They're going to be more apt to click on that, download it, and view it from that perspective. So that'll do it for today. Hopefully you got some value out of this episode. Love to hear from you. Send me some feedback at asksean@salesintegrity.com. That's Ask Sean, and I spell it SEAN. Ask Sean at salesintegrity.com. Love to hear from you. But in the meantime, make it a great day. Real quick, before we end today's episode, I wanted to just share a few quick reminders with you. No matter where you listen to the Sales Integrity podcast, please subscribe to it. Just subscribe to the show so you get them automatically on a weekly basis. The more subscribers we have, the more we're found out there by other potential subscribers, so that greatly helps the show. We are now on Stitcher Radio, so in addition to Stitcher, we're on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. And no matter where you subscribe or listen to us, please provide a 5-star rating and a quick 1 to 2 sentence review. That also helps others find the podcast. So help us grow the show. That would be great. And also, we still have our free 7-day video email course out there. You can go to mastercomplexselling.com to subscribe to that. So again, mastercomplexselling.com. It's a free 7-day video email course titled 7 Steps to Master the Game of Complex Technical Selling. So that'll do it for today. Go out there in the sales world today. Help your customers buy what they want, what they need, and what benefits them. And most importantly, go out there and make it a great day.